There are two things that can make or break an Amazon launch: review and ads. And here's what nobody tell you. Both of them has to be set up before you go live on Amazon, not after. If you wait until the launch day to start, you already have been losing weeks. Most toys and game creators flip their listing to active with zero review and no advertising campaigns running, and then wonder why is nothing happening. The algorithm simply doesn't know where to rank a brand new product with zero review, zero sales, no social proof, and no traffic. So it just doesn't rank for anything. Hi, my name is Jason Shea, founder of Toy Launch, where we run Amazon management, digital marketing, an in-house studio, and TikTok shop for toys and game brands. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact review and PPC system we put in place before any product we manage go live. And here is the belief to flip today. Most people think review and ads are the thing you turn on after launch. Wrong. They are things you build before launch, and the lead time is the whole game. Let me show you. So today is the day 6 of our 7-day Amazon Launchpad challenges. Please make sure you don't skip today's lesson, because if you skip today's lesson and rush it, you will pay for it by losing a lot of money on Amazon when you first launch. So first, why review matter more than most founders realize? A product with zero review on Amazon is fighting with one hand tied behind its back, obviously. Buyers are skeptical by default. They don't know you, they don't know your product, there's no social proof that review provides. Social proof that review provides really what convert a skeptical browser into a buyer. Your first 5 to 10 review are the hardest to get. After that, if your product deliver on what your listing promised, review will come in more naturally. But those first 10 require some real strategy, and the strategy that's going to take some time to set up. So please make sure you start right now. So first, there's a couple different strategies you can think about. One strategy you can consider is to run a small ambassador program. An ambassador program is a group of real people, customer, could be your fan, your community members. A lot of our clients actually run Kickstarter campaign before they come to and work with us at Toy Launch. And during your Kickstarter campaign process, you should have a list of backers that have already backed you, that receive your product, or use your product, or show interest of your product. Those are a legal compliant review and very effective way to get early review for your product. So here's how you can set it up. First, you identify your audience. Where do they spend time? Or if you already have an audience, reach out to your audience directly. Offer your product and say you're going to be launching on Amazon and you'd like to offer them a product for free, and then in exchange for honest feedback, if they're willing, a review on Amazon. Be clear that you want honest feedback, not a guaranteed positive review. Amazon Terms of Services does prohibit incentivize positive review. So an honest review from a real user is what you're really after. Then you can set a target for your pre-launch ambassador cohort. Aim for about 15 to 20 people. Not everyone is going to leave a review. Your actual review rate from this group might be like 30, like 50% or a little bit higher than that. But you still need at least a few reviews before you go live, which is enough to move the needle. So you can start building this group right now. It takes about a few weeks to start reaching out to people, ship them product, get feedback, and ask them to buy the product from your Amazon store, and then receive the review. And if you wait until your launch day, you'll be waiting for a long time. The second strategy is use Amazon Vine. Amazon Vine is Amazon's own program for generating early review. If you have brand registry, you can enroll your product, and Amazon will send your product to their network of trusted Vine reviewers, the Vine voices, in exchange for honest review. Vine is not free. It costs about $200 per parent ASIN at the time of filming. And for new product with no review history, that cost is often worth it. Vine review are clearly labeled as Vine review, but they also counted toward your total review, and is usually written by an experienced reviewer, and they do arrive much faster than organic review typically do. So you can definitely enroll in Vine as part of your pre-launch strategy. However, there's a big caveat about Vine I want to mention. If your product is more on the complicated side, for example, you have a board game that takes 30 minutes for people to learn, in that case, we don't recommend for you to use Vine. Here's the reason. Vine reviewers are known for, they don't have a lot of patience, so they don't really go through and spend 20 minutes trying to understand your game. They will just actually leave you a negative review because they don't want to spend time to understand the game for some reason. So we have a few issues in the past with some of our clients that selling more complicated product or like a more in-depth board game, and try to enroll in Vine. Instead of getting positive review, they actually end up receiving a lot of negative review. So one thing to look out for if you have a very complex game campaigns that you are trying to launch on Amazon, Vine might not be the best route for you to go. You might need to really use the ambassador route I mentioned earlier. That'll be a lot easier. Quick note before we get into the talking about the Amazon other platform and other strategy, the outreach script for your ambassador program, the compliance message that we used to ask for, you asking for honest review without crossing Amazon's rule, are free inside our community, Toys and Game Launchpad. So you can definitely go through some of the free resources. And then we'll also drop our full 1 hour Amazon PPC masterclass in our community, where we'll talk about campaign structure, advanced targeting, bid scaling, the whole optimization system for free. You can also find out all the information for the PPC masterclass and also other resources inside our free communities. Just join us by visiting toy-launch.com/group for more information. Next is I want to also talk about, you can also automate your review on Amazon. Amazon does allow seller to send one automated review request email to each of the buyer after they receive their order. This is built into the Amazon Seller Central, and it is one of the simplest way you can do to improve your review rate. To set this up, you can use third-party tool like Helium 10 to help you automate some of the process. So you'll just auto send the review request on your behalf. Otherwise, you can go into your own account. You just need to click the request a review button inside under your order detail. That's another way you can get review on an ongoing basis. Next part is PPC, or pay-per-click, the ad campaign on how your listing will get visibility early on. And before you have any organic ranking to show up on page 1, PPC is your best bet. On the launch day, when your product is new, Amazon doesn't know where to put it. You have no sales history to earn any organic spot. So PPC is how you can buy your way onto page 1 while you're building that ranking. You also feed the loop. The more sales lead to a better organic ranking, and you will lead to more review, and then it lead to higher conversion as well. And PPC is what kicked that loop, the Amazon flywheel, into motion. And Amazon currently give you 3 different major ad types that you should know about what each one does before you spend any money. So there's 3 types. Sponsored product is the majority of the PPC. It drives most of the sales, roughly about 80% of all the toys and game brand we manage. Most of the advertising budget is being used in sponsored product. And these are the ads that look like regular search result, and you just say a tiny word sponsor on it. Those are sponsored product. And this is where the bulk of your launch budget should go to. The second type of ads is called sponsored brand ads. Those are your branded ads. It could be a banner with your logo. You can also use videos. Sponsored brand video is super important. We highly recommend, if you sell a toys and game product, you must and you have to run sponsored brand video ads to make sure people is aware of your product, because there's millions of other toys and game product on Amazon. How can you stand out without running a video ads? It is extremely difficult to get traction on the Amazon platform if you don't run video ads. Then last but not least, there's also sponsored display. That's usually only 5 to 10% of your budget. It's mostly used for remarketing. You can follow shopper that's view your product, or you can target specific set of competitors' product or audience as well. But for launch, you should focus only on sponsored product and sponsored brand video. Run those like a few different campaigns first, and then layer in other display, the sponsored display ad later on. So before you build your advertising launch campaign structure, you need your keyword list. So go back to the keyword research we have done in the previous videos, where I talk about how to put together a master keyword list. Make sure you put together your top 20 to 30 keywords. You want 2 types of keywords. One is high volume search terms, and those are competitive, but it's a little bit more expensive and to run advertising on. And a few lower volume but long tail keyword. For example, strategy board game for 8 years old. And this is like 5 words or 6 words of just board games, which is the longer the keyword, the longer tail the keyword is, usually are cheaper. You will get cheaper clicks. You usually can convert a little bit better because buyers know exactly what they want. And here's some simple structure that really work for the launch. You can run like a couple different campaigns side by side. Usually we'll suggest you can start with an Amazon auto campaign. Auto campaign is where the Amazon algorithm will try to identify additional product or additional keyword for you to use. It's an easy way to get started, and there's Amazon's discovery engine to like surface any additional search term that real buyer is using. Second, you also want to create a manual campaign targeting your specific categories as well. So I have a roadmap I can also show you of a few basic campaign that you want to consider. So let me share my screen really quick of some of the basic campaign strategy that you want to consider when you are launching brand new product on the Amazon platform. Like I mentioned, you can use auto campaign, which target user broadly based on Amazon algorithm. The second type of campaign you can run is category campaigns, means you target user that's searching for different type of keyword within your product category. You can also do category targeting inside Amazon as well, means target all the product inside a similar category. Then the third type of campaign you can also run, or strategy you can consider, is competitors campaign. Means you target user that's searching for your competitors' brand names, or you can target your competitors' product directly. Those are the third type of campaign as well. And then the fourth strategy you can also consider is called branded campaign. Some people refer to as defensive campaigns. Means you are targeting user that's searching for your brand. So you want to run an ad so to defend yourself on competitor targeting your brand name as well. So those are like the four very simple initial strategy you can consider when you're starting out on Amazon as well. And I also want to mention a little bit about match type, because the match type will decide how widely your ads is being used on the Amazon platform. So this is a very important concept to also understand when you come to Amazon advertising. Broad match means it have the widest reach. Let's just say if you put sensory tour into Amazon ads, it will show up for a lot of different variation. Your ads can appear for a wide range of search terms that is related to this keyword, even so they don't contain the exact word. So this is great for doing any kind of discovery. Your ads will show for loosely related search term as well. Then there's phrase match. Phrase match is a little bit tighter. So the search has to contain your phrase. So the match type provide a more targeted approach, and your ads will only appear when the customer search term contain your exact phrase in the same order. Then there's exact match. That's the most restrictive match type. Your ads will only appear when your customer search term is exactly matching to your search term or close variation of that search term. For example, a singular or plural form, then your ads can also show up. So that's a very important concept to understand, because there's a lot of different match type that you can use. You can mix and match them, and then you can really create an overall marketing strategy for your kind of Amazon advertising goal. And then the ongoing thing you want to do to make sure your advertising is compounding is you want to do keyword harvesting every single week. So every single week you download your search term report from your campaign, find the search term that's actually converting, move them to an exact match campaign where you can bid on them. You have more control over the bid. That spend money that didn't convert, you want to add them as a negative keyword, so you'll stop paying for those keywords that doesn't campaign. So again, this is a weekly, or you can do it twice a week. It depends on how high is your volume in your account. So the winner get graduated into his own campaign, then you cut the loser, so you don't wasting ad budget on keyword that's not converting. This weekly loop is exactly how a launch campaign will get more profitable over time instead of just become more and more expensive. And obviously with this setup, you also want to make sure you set up keyword tracking before you go live. You need to know where are you ranking for your primary term on day one, not a month later then you wonder why your spend is not converting. So you can use a different keyword tracker in Helium 10, or the Data Dive also have a similar feature as well. You want to add your top 10 to 15 keyword and track that daily. Then it'll give you a launch baseline, show you where you're ranking, if it's climbing or is it not climbing. So that should be part of your ongoing habit, because PPC is not a set and forget. The rhythm is really simple. You check your budget, you watch for a spend with no sales to see if there's any keyword that's racking up clicks, and if it exceeds about $15 in ad spend with 0 sales, that is a red flag that you want to review. Then on the weekly basis, you can pull your report, pause the loser, harvest the winners, and adjust your bid. So that's PPC on a high level. Again, I have a whole 1-hour PPC masterclass where I go into this concept more in depth. I will include that in our free school community as well. Feel free to join the free school community to get that 1-hour masterclass on Amazon PPC. So let me recap today. So first, build your ambassador program. Target 15 to 20 real users to get real feedback or honest feedback. Second, you can also consider enroll in Amazon Vine to get the early review. Then third, you want to set up automated review requests as well. The fourth is you need to understand what is the ad type in Amazon. And then number 5 is build your launch campaign strategy infrastructure for your initial strategy. Number 6 is setting up keyword tracking and come out with your daily, weekly rhythm. So you have data and you have routine from day one. Again, today's workshop or the workbook, the checklist for today's lesson is all waiting for you inside our free community, Toys and Game Launchpad. That's where every day's template, PDF, and step-by-step worksheet will be living in. Feel free to join that by visiting toy-launch.com/group to get more information. So now we have built almost all the pieces. Tomorrow, we're going to put everything together into one scene, which is how do you have a real launch plan with a day on it? And that is what we're going to cover on day 7. The difference between a product that quietly go live and one that actually launches, what we're going to talk about in our last day. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.